hand it off to Mario, and let him discuss Epygi and how he believes that he can help you guys make more money, because that's the whole idea. All right, so what ClearConnection really is, it's a marketplace where we find different vendors of products and services, and we put them into the portal. By doing that, those vendors put it in at a cost price. You take that cost price, you can build a quote, and much like you do with your unified billing, you set the price. Okay, so when that does happen and you do build that quote and get it out to a customer, the customer will, assuming, sign that contract and move forward. When they do, you have a way of communicating with that vendor through our portal, submitting the request, they fulfill it, they populate the information. If there's physical equipment, they'll provide you tracking information as well. Okay, we will bill and collect on your behalf. They're in the background. Essentially, they're funding the product itself, and you're essentially adding in your margin for what you make. Okay, so it is a true marketplace and partnership between you and the vendor, and we do the billing and collecting for you guys. Okay, so with that in mind, it makes life a whole lot easier. Instead of you purchasing it from the vendor or renting it from the vendor, then billing it yourself or putting it into unified billing, getting the money, turning around, then passing it over to the vendor, we get to handle all of that. We become the traffic cop, if you will. So if a customer is late in a payment, the vendor's not looking to you saying, why haven't they paid? They're contacting us and saying, what's going on? Have they not paid? Okay. You don't have to handle the money transaction. We do that. We remit the taxes. So that marketplace is a way to make things easier, smoother, and provide you less risk than you would normally be doing it otherwise. I hope that is a fairly clear description of the marketplace. It's kind of second nature to me at this point in time, but it may be confusing to you guys. If you have questions regarding it, please feel free to contact Bob, Tina, Chuck, Tom, myself, whomever. Okay, so we want to help. This marketplace is our way of trying to get you guys more tools, more ammunition, so that you can sell and be fluid with it and not have to use all of your capital to do such. All right, so with that, I'd like to hand off this presentation to Mario and Epygi, and I'm giving him the floor now. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Rob. Can we do a sound check? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very well. Well, thanks to all for joining us today. I'm Mario Cuello with Epygi, and today we're going to have sort of a condensed presentation on who we are and what we think that we can give you value, and then all of the details on technical stuff and features and all that we will want to leave for later, so that you don't get swamped with that kind of information. So obviously we're going to be available after this for any questions you may have. So Epygi and Clearfly, we've been partners for quite some time. I think it's a very interesting partnership what we have, and it's been very good so far, and we're very pleased to be able to work with them on the SIP trunking side, on this billing services on the marketplace, and us providing you the cloud PBX or the appliance PBX, whatever the need may be. A little bit about Epygi. We're an American company established in the year 2000, so we've been around for 24 years. Everything is based on proprietary hardware and software. We don't use any open source asterisk or anything like that. So we developed this product from the ground up, and in 2004 we started selling it under the brand name Quadro as an appliance, which now turned out to be the QX brand name we use today, and very recently we moved into cloud. So most of the people in our company have been with us since inception. It's a very nimble organization, privately owned. And most of the guys that are with us started with us since day one. We started, like I mentioned, selling appliances and PBXs, appliance gate, VoIP PBX appliances and gateways. And then we moved about 3 or 4 years ago into cloud PBX and a second service I'll mention in a minute, which is a growing area for us. So we're pretty excited about offering the cloud PBX service. We started focusing on SMB, but we migrated into contact centers, hotels, hospitals, doctors' offices, law offices, and so forth, schools, assisted living facilities, multi-site locations. So the product has evolved where there are functionalities that fit some of these verticals, and we certainly have more presentations available for you, explaining more on those verticals that we can discuss with you if you have any interest. And with a partnership on Clearfly, not only in the SIP trunking side, but with the unified billing and the marketplace, I think it's a complete solution for you as a dealer moving forward. And we got some awards that we won over the years. So here's a list of what we think are some of the dealer challenges, some of the things that you face. I think the first one is, if you're selling a product today in VoIP, you don't have time to pick up another product. I mean, most of the either appliances or cloud come feature rich. It's very hard for you to focus into something new, learn how to use it, and so forth. So that is one of the challenges that you have. And of course, you have to focus on selling, on making money. You have limited resources. It's pretty much a collateral, the first item, especially on the tech section. Your guys are very busy configuring what they already know. They like it. They know the plus and cons. Starting with something new is tough. It's hard. And you basically need a tech partner to assist you in that area. You want a reliable system. I mean, mission critical voice. Everybody loves you when it's working for 2 years, but it only takes 1 day of not having phone calls, and they can hate you for that. So you have to have something that is very reliable. And you also need a system that is flexible. Many of the other vendors out there, you have to buy their phones. You have certain limitations on using other endpoints, or you may be forced to use their trunks in many cases. So you want something that is flexible, that gives you that opportunity to pick and choose what you and your customer want. And more importantly, you need to make good margins. You need to make some good money to incentivize you to use that product, and also be able to pass along some savings to your customers, that will probably make it harder for them to move to someone else. So good margins are extremely important. And you need to minimize risk. Obviously, the risk of making changes or putting your customers that trust you over the years and jeopardize that relationship if you're picking up the wrong partner is something you don't want to have. Plus, you also need products that would evolve. They don't get stale. They don't sit there with no new features. And as all of this technology is evolving, you want a partner in the appliance or the cloud a space that would evolve with this new services being offered. So Epygi is your partner to mitigate these challenges. So first of all, we have mature quality products. We have fine-tuned and tweaked our boxes over the years, and the same thing rolled over into the cloud. And we have thousands of units deployed globally. And so it is a fine-tuned machine at this stage in the game after 24 years. You don't have to pay anything to get software maintenance. You just go to our portal, register, and you get free software maintenance for life for all the products. That's a big plus for you. And there's always some new software image coming up with some new features that we publish every now and then. The freedom to use your SIP endpoint, that is very valuable. We have probably around 280 phones today that we auto configure in our platform, from Yellings to Groundstreams to Fanvilles to Poly to Cisco's. you name it. They're there. So it's a big freedom for you to be able to use whatever endpoint you like. And of course, the same thing with SIP trunks. We have tested many vendors. Obviously, we prefer for you to go with Clearfly because that is our best partner in this space, okay? And they have an excellent product in that area. But this item in here goes into the low risk. I mean, you and your customer make an investment in all of these phones. Probably it could be the biggest investment when you buy on-premise products. And then if for some reason you don't like Epygi, you can still use a Yelling phone somewhere else. Okay, you may have a proprietary phone with you and from another vendor, and you cannot do that. Okay, so mitigating risk, your own endpoint is a big part of it. We do not publish our prices. You may find them in the web, but that is not us. We only sell to dealers. So why? Because we want you to mark it up as much as you can get away with. I mean, to increase your margin. So we don't publish our prices, and we never sell to the end user. We got end users that may call us to circumvent you. We don't do that. You know, we send them back your way, or if they're happy with you for whatever reason, or dealers that have disappeared and they're left alone, then we recommend another dealer to pick up on the ticket and assist this end customer. So we're never going to go and hamstring and go around you. We have the best of both worlds, cloud and on-premise. Other vendors do that, but the good thing is that it's the same GUI. So once you configure one, you can configure the other, okay? And these are feature rich. I mean, most of the features that you need on the box or on the service come with it. We have some additional licenses and additional services for, you know, people do call centers and want to do call recordings or CRM and so forth. But most of the stuff that you need comes on the base system. And obviously a very good price point. So for example, our QX20 appliance is $485 MSRP. You get 30% of that. And it's 12 extensions, 6 calls. So it's a nice little introductory product at very little money, very reliable on the appliance side. On the cloud side, you can pay as little as $2 to Epygi, an extension a month when you have a large installation. So there's different price points depending how many extensions you're going to have on the cloud. But you know, $2 an extension to you, considering what the services that you compete with out there, is going to give you plenty of margin. And we always add new features. There's always an evolution. We have, for example, recently added call recording encryption. We have added text-to-speech for voicemails. I'm sorry, voice recognition for voicemails. Voicemail transcription is what I meant to say. We're adding like a text-to-speech in our product on the new release, so that for any greeting, whether it's an IVR recording or voicemail greeting that you want to do, you can type in on the GUI the text you want it to be, and then we send it out, and different voices you can select, and then you got a professional voice pretty much you can use for those greetings. So things like that are features that we always add to the product. All right. We also integrate with third-party applications lately because the box and the cloud have pretty much all the features that you need. The new thing is to be able to integrate with third-party applications. So we are several that some customer come over and say, can you integrate to this? Or we evaluate. Some of them have been, for example, CRMs tailored to auto shops, auto repair shops. Another one has to do with veterinary clinics, so we look into that. So other vendors don't give you that opportunity. You know, you come to us and say, listen, I got an opportunity here. Can you integrate to this application? And then we take a look at it, and we may be able to implement that, and we have done that in many cases. We also are open to features that you need. You don't get that from other vendors. Why? Because we control our software, our product. And there's always little tweaks and things that customers come to us through our support people. can you add this? Can you change this? For example, we have done that for our call center, some reports. I'm missing this report. Can you add it? Another customer, can you have some sort of history for navigating an IVR? We did that. So that is something that if it's reasonable and doable, we will implement. Now, the next two are probably the most important on this presentation today. And that is that we work with you at a personal level, Epygi. We train you on a one-to-one basis. And of course, we got materials, we got some videos that you can look at, we got documentation. But at the end of the day, Andy and his team come to you, work out a session with you on how to do the most important things, register the phones, register the SIP trunks, do the call routing, do the IVR, and so forth, so that you can speed up coming up to understanding how our product works, and don't spin your wheels in the background playing with it on the lab or one of the cloud instances. And we also assist you in your initial installations, dimensioning the product. You come to us and say, hey, I got this customer, they want these features, what do you have? We can tell you what model, what licenses, you know, how would the feature would work. So we'll help you dimension that, and we also help you configure that for your first 2 or 3 installations. This is a big plus because you don't have the time to do it yourself. So in that respect, we're fulfilling that need of being your tech partner. We want to be your tech partner. We're not going to go anywhere if we don't assist you being successful. Okay? And the last item in here talks about the enhanced ecosystem. You know, we call it that, but what it is that we got different functionalities that are complementary to the product, including MS Teams integration. If you want to do WebRTC, we have that. CRM. If you have hotels, we got hotel property management systems, connectivities. We do SMS on our soft phone, actually with Clearfly SMS service. Plumb click to dial makes it easy for you to click on phones to dial out. And then with artificial intelligence, looking more into that, for example, call recording, we're going to do call recording transcription. You'll be able to get a transcription of a call recording, identifying the participants, and you know, you may be able to do further analysis into the content of that if you want to do that. So at the end of the day, the message here is that we do have integrations, and we will continue to evolve on those integrations for other functionalities. So here's just a short slide on our customers. And the intent of this is to let you know that we're not a small operation, just a US, you know, we're global. And we've been doing different installations over the years, and here's just an example, some of them internationally. For example, we have done hospitals in Peru with call centers, stock trading platforms in Brazil with our IntelliData, an old channel of ours. We got a couple of carriers in islands, in Aruba and in Samoa, Cetar and Vodafone. They use our cloud product. Large company in France called Enio that does infrastructure for airports in Africa. They use our product in many of the airports out there. Good partner in Bulgaria, VIP Telecom, in embassies of all places. And mining conglomerate in South Africa, NWK, they have a large installation over several locations. Here in the United States, well, Miami State Attorney's Office, large customer with a big call center. Actually, they have a large IVR with different languages, English, Creole, Spanish. So they're the ones that requested from us a special feature called the IVR history that we implemented for them. Future Fuel Chemical Company in Arkansas, on their headquarters and some other locations. And then many assisted living facilities. That's a good market for us. I mean, the fact that we have FXS gateways, you can do on-premise, or you can do cloud. There's a lot of assisted living using Epygi, as well as schools, universities, and health facilities. Okay. Now I have two snapshots on our appliances. Not going to go into a lot of detail on it, but the gist of it is that starting with the QX20, we got purely IP products that will grow as you see the numbers in here of the model growing. It tells you that it has larger capacity of concurrent calls and other features, as well as capacity for extensions. The way we sell these is base extensions on the base system when you buy it, and then you add licenses to expand on extensions, with the concurrent call capacity being the maximum being included on the product. The exception is the QX20, where we start with 6 concurrent calls external, and you buy a license to expand it to 10. Again, $485 for a QX20. Then you go middle of the road here, 5200. These are hybrid FXS and FXO ports embedded in them, but all the others are pretty much purely IP. Small little metal boxes with embedded power supply, capability for redundancy, and alternate source of power. You can have redundant power too. And then we grow to the larger products, enterprise, 3,000, 5,000. 5,000 can grow up to 5,000 extensions, large number of concurrent call capacity. And we see this blade server type appliances with embedded Epygi cards in hospitals and larger installations. Most of them with redundancy options installed on them. And then to finalize, I don't know, icing on the cake, if you want to say that, we have 4 gateways. A T1, for those who still want to use T1 trunks connected to the PBX. You can configure from the GUI of the PBX. 4-port FXO, 24-port FXS, using the old telco connector, RJ21. And we also have 4-port ISD and BRI for European customers. So gateways to complement the PBX appliance. Now, let's talk about our cloud services. We do have 2 services. One of them is what we call ECMON, for Epygi Cloud Monitoring. And it is essentially a tool for you as a dealer to manage deploy boxes or the cloud instances, because our cloud is instance-based. So it's a dealer tool, cloud-based. It's very, on the Cloud PBX, it comes with it. On the appliances, you buy it for a yearly service. It's very cheap. Can be, I think it's $22 for a year to monitor a device. But it's a fairly complete tool. Not only lets you create events and alarms for you to be alerted to, but it also lets you save configurations, restore, update software. It lets you remotely log in to these appliances from your office and make configuration changes via a dedicated VPN link between the device and the service. Manage your greetings. As a matter of fact, it started to be a monitoring platform, but it's now a monitoring/administration platform. So we will continue to evolve this platform with additional features. And we have a whole set of presentations we can share with you and demonstrations if you want to know more about that. A little bit unique in that sense. Other vendors don't have this, but it's very valuable for the dealers. And of course, the second service is the Epygi Cloud PBX, what we call ECQX or Epygi Cloud QX. And some of the advantages is things I already mentioned earlier. This is a solid platform. It is built on the software we did for the appliances. We run a redundant on data centers, active, passive, or master-slave type redundancy. All the advanced functions on the base system, plus you can get call center features, call recording as an add-on if you like. And the monitoring is included. Very competitive pricing. I already shared with you some of that early on. No hidden fees, but at the end of the day, you get very good reseller margins. So no quotas to fulfill, and you mark it up as you like. We give you the price that you see on the ClearConnect portal is your price, and as Rob was saying, you mark it up as you like. and away it goes. And of course, in some cases, a lot of the cloud PBX users have a customer here and there that wants an on-premise. We have the appliance on-premise to satisfy their needs. So you got the best of both worlds. And of course, the freedom to be able to use your own SIP trunk. In this case, we prefer for you to Clearfly and endpoint. Now, it is instance-based. So we spin up an instance, a dedicated instance per your customer. So it's not a multi-tenant type system. More resilient, more independence. You can order through the Clearfly ClearConnect portal, and it does include our eCall soft phone. We don't manufacture desk phones, but we do have our own soft phone for Android, iPhone, and Windows called eCall, and it comes in on the cloud platform. So it's a very popular device. Pretty much all the bells and whistles of any soft phone. Probably one thing a lot of people like, you can do SMS through that endpoint, send and receive SMS. You can also have BLF keys if you want to program keys for, watch extensions, speed dials, do not disturb, day-night service, things like that. Normally, you would do that on a phone. You can do that on our eCall. And our cloud, the support and the maintenance is included. So we give you support tickets on our support portal, an account on that. And of course, the maintenance, we manage all of that on the background. If you want to run your own cloud on your own servers, we have that option too. In this case, we will license the software to you. You install it on the servers, whether it's VMware, Proxmox, Amazon, whatever you like, and then away you go. And the best part of it is that if you want to try this, we can spin up an instance for you and let you try it with our assistants in training and testing so that you feel comfy with it before you start presenting it to your customers. Okay, the picture below is a picture of the rates available on the ClearConnect portal for our instances. And it's a little fine print, but what you see there are bundles. You have a 3 extension instance, a 5, 10, 20, 40, 60, 100, 150, 200. And then you can add individual extensions to that bundle to come out to what you need. Okay, and then in addition to that, you can get additional audio conference ports, CRM, call center package, call recording, receptionist, and additional soft phones. Okay, so these are the rates that you see on the Clearfly ClearConnect portal. So how do you order this through Clearfly? Well, you will request from Clearfly the access to our rates. We'll approve that. And then once you talk, if you want to go and demo this with our team, we'll get a demo instance. Or if you want to get a demo appliance, we can do that too. Talk to our team, do the training. And then after that, pretty much when you're ready to order, after you have reviewed some opportunities and we have assisted you with that, you just order through the ClearConnect portal. And we can get that spun up in a day for you. Okay, and we provide you credentials for you to log into the instance, the accounts on support, the account on the ECMON platform, and all you got to do is configure your extensions and your SIP trunks. Okay, we pretty much correspond directly with you. A lot of it is done initially on the ordering through the ClearConnect messaging system. For example, we want to get an FQDN from you for the name of the instance, but other things are done through our support team directly with you. Okay? All right. And of course, the last item in here is what Rob already mentioned, where you do the unified billing, do the markup, they collect from the customer, pay the taxes and all this good stuff that he has already covered in the previous presentations. So we're done. Here's a summary. We can add value to your business, okay? We are your tech partner. We have competitive prices. We're not the cheapest, but we're definitely not the most expensive. As a matter of fact, we're below most of the people out there now. Some of these other companies that are very popular, you look at our numbers, and we're a little bit below that, okay? Plus, we have the services that we mentioned to you that some of them cannot offer as far as assistance. We'll train you in the use of our products. We will assist you in the dimensioning, the opportunities, and configure your initial installations. And you can always, and we're your tech partner. Forgot about that. And of course, excellent pricing. So if you want more details, contact me, contact us, and we'll be happy to take it from there, assist you with more information, share some other presentations. Give us an opportunity. I think you would be very pleased. I mean, we've been around for a long time, and we know what we're doing. So having said that, I'm going to open it up if there's any questions at this time, either through chat or open up the microphones, and we can handle any question at this time.
Great job, Mario. This is Bob.
Okay. Hello, Bob. How are you?
Good. I learned quite a bit. Actually, it's even though I've been doing this with you for so long that, but I can't believe how much I learned on this presentation. Great job. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And again, we have, I think if you're a partner of Clearfly, they have many of their partners that have moved to us. The same way we have a lot of our partners that have embraced Clearfly for their SIP trunks. Their service is very good. The platform works very well. So we're very pleased of this relationship. And all we need is your short attention. And we think that we're going to be able to help you make more money. All right?
Mario.
Yes, sir.
I know you work with the Yealink phones. Do you have a list of all the other generic SIP phones like Grandstream and Fanville and the like that you work with, or do you have any? Are there any
Yes.
phones that are problematic for Epygi?
We have a document that we refresh all the time because we always add new phones to the list. So it's a living document that we can share with the channels. All the models are there. If there's any button for some reason that doesn't work, it will be listed there. The majority of the people using our platforms have used Yealinks. And then there's a lot of Fanvilles, Polys, some Ciscos, quite a bit of Grandstream phones, even though we compete with them in their PBXs, but you know, we auto configure the phones. There's some other brands. There's VTEX, there are HTEX, some other of the Chinese brands, and pretty much any. I would say stick to the ones that you see advertised the most. We would recommend Yealinks if you can, because they are fantastic. But then any phone that is SIP nowadays, you can probably configure. In our system, you will go to the classification as other, and then you have to do it manually. You have to go to the GUI of the phone and configure it, but you could do it. But the key to all these auto configurations is that you don't have to open the GUI of the phone. We'll push a template to the phone and configure it. Okay. All right.
And everybody can get the Yealink phone
Mario,
through Northwest Datacom as well.
I'm sorry, through whom?
Through Northwest Datacom is one of the other vendors that they actually supply phones as marketplace items as well. So if you guys are doing Epygi and you want to get the phones as well, as opposed to just purchasing them themselves, you can actually get those through the marketplace through Northwest Datacom, which is one of our other vendors.
Okay. Okay, and I think I heard someone else asking a question.
No, Mario, it was me, Leon. So it is not even really the auto configuration. It is plug and play.
That's right. It is plug and play, which is even better. Which is even better. In this case, if we do the because we're a DHCP server, and we got 2 ports, LAN and WAN. On the LAN side, DHCP server. If you plug in the phones with us, we'll give the IP address to the phone, and then we'll configure it right away, plug and play. So it gets even better in that scenario. Okay, so all right. Any other questions today? All right. Well, I thank everybody for joining in today, and Rob, back to you.
Thank you, Mario. Sure. Thank you, Mario. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys, for your time. I would highly encourage you to contact Mario and see if you can get somewhat of an education from him and try it out. See if it's a product for you. So, thank you for your time.
Thank you all. You have a great afternoon. Bye-bye.